Now, we learn a lot every week in our Walser Wealth Wednesday segment, and today wealth strategist and tax attorney Rebecca Walser is breaking down her new book, which is really just in time for those last-minute gift ideas, maybe stocking stuffers, if you will. Rebecca, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Natalie?
Good.
Happy holidays.
Same to you. I know. I didn't get a hat.
It's like 5 days away, so mine says I've been good.
I like that. I need one of the hats. Well, I don't have a hat, but what I could have is your book.
Yes, I'm so excited. We talked about this like months ago. This is a labor of love in the making, but here it is. It's on pre-order now at Amazon. It launches January 5th. And I'm just so excited that it's actually done and physically here. It's here.
Okay, so I've got to ask Rebecca, like we were just touching on there, you've covered so many topics for us since you joined the Morning Blend. How did you narrow it down? What did you narrow down? I mean, what's the theme here?
That is so funny that you're saying that, because literally you write a book. It takes a lot of time. You have an editor. They edit. It comes back to you. You rechange it. Goes back to the editor. They change it again. Then they send out what's called advanced reader copies to journalists, so bloggers and financial. I've learned everything about the book world. Let me tell you, when I'm going through this process. Well, what happens is when you get the book before the final edition, you literally go through it and you're like, oh, I need to change this. I need to add this. And so literally finishing the book maybe 4 or 5 months ago, from that point to this point, editing it finally, I mean, Natalie, I had to really add a lot of stuff. So I'm not good at cutting things out. I'm like adding, and my publisher's going like, oh my gosh, I mean, do we need to add a chapter? I'm like, no, I can just, insert.
Insert. Well, so I would say, what are some of the topics? What can people expect if they pick it up?
What is unique, I think, about this book, which a lot of financial books, people, advisors, they just kind of talk about one topic, compound interest, for example. My book is different in the sense that I actually talk about economics and our history of money in America and the economics of it.
You have a passion for that.
I do.
I can tell.
I love economics, but the reason that it's so important for America to understand this is because if you do not understand where we've been and what has happened in the past, and some of our history is extremely important today in 2017, then you don't know what's happening and where we're headed. So you look at the past, you see where we're now at, and you can really project what's going to be happening in the next 100 years in America. And that's what this book really attempts to do. And the interesting thing is, since I am a lawyer, is I sort of build this case. I start off with the past and then the present, and I'm building a case to really basically try to prove to you as best I can an opinion, which is what you should or should not be doing to actually build wealth strategically.
So is it fair to say that often, with financial books, they're telling you what to do, what not to do? In your case, what to do, what not to do, and why?
Yes, absolutely. In my case, I take the position of a lawyer that I have to prove it to you. I have to build the case of where we've been, why we're here, and now that we're here, what does this mean for our future? And I implore people to basically read it and see if they believe me, if my proof and my arguments make sense, and if they really think I proved the case.
I'm curious. You were saying all the things that you learned about the book writing industry.
I know. It's crazy.
What do you hope the one thing people do take away after reading your book?
Oh gosh.
Can you narrow it down in the message that you want people to take away?
Thank you, Natalie. We are in a much different America of 2017, almost 2018, and things are not the way they used to be. So that means that we have to deliberately now do things differently. You really have to challenge conventional wisdom. You have to look at it and say, does this make sense now? Will it make sense 10 years from now or 20 years now? Will it make sense for my kids? And things are not the same. So Natalie, critically analyzing where and how you're building your wealth. If you walk away from this book with just doing that, it's a win.
And that's why it's so important to look back.
Absolutely. And to see where we've come from and how we got where we are and what does that mean for our future. Absolutely.
Good stuff. Well, I think most important, though, we need to say how you can get your book, where you can get your book, all that good stuff.
It launches officially January 5th, but is on pre-order now at Amazon.com.
Good stuff. Congratulations on the book.
Thank you so much.
I know you've been working on it for a long time.
So much. Yes, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.